Chris Griffin, Seth Oliveris, aka Professor Oliveris. We're here with yet another episode of the Horns Down podcast. Seth, what's up, man?
Man, we finally made it. Finally made it to game week. Man, we've been talking about everything that's been going on since, the Cotton Bowl ended. So, I know you and I both are ready to go, but yeah, it's been a busy week for me on my end, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. And Thursday, Friday night, every night for the next 4 or 5 days.
Man, I've been swamped this week, but man, everything is gonna pay off and we're gonna get to some football. I've been waiting on it. I told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, yo, don't talk to me tomorrow night. I mean, you gotta think about it, bro. This weekend, this weekend's litty. We got pretty much a 3 to 4 day weekend. College football really starts tomorrow because we got the Ohio State and Minnesota game, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the show. The new Drake album is dropping. I mean, come on, man. Hey, it's lit, right? It's lit. But anyways, man, let's get straight to it, Seth. Let's get straight to the business. So before we start, because we were going to talk about the game moving to Norman, I think that we should probably, first of all, just send our prayers, our condolences, and to just everything we possibly can, all our energy, all our good vibes out there to the good folks down there, not only in New Orleans, but the entire state of Louisiana that are dealing with the effects of Hurricane Ida and everything else that's going on. So definitely want to send out our thoughts and prayers with everyone out there. And we're glad that the game is being played still, but at the same time, definitely happy to see OU step up and try to help them in any way that they can with donating, pretty much, I think all, if not all, then most of the proceeds to, victims of the hurricane. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, go ahead.
To echo your sentiment, like Joe Castiglione, everybody at OU, they really, really stepped up, helping out Tulane, obviously directly, with moving the game to Norman, giving them a place to that they can still have this game. But also, the people from Southeast Louisiana, everywhere, New Orleans, all the way through that is just, it's a tough situation for them. But I think if there's ever been a good distraction in the history of the world, college football is one of the better distractions to have. So I think it's going to be a good deal for everybody involved just because of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into some OU news. So, obviously, out the gates, I'm not sure if you've seen it today, but Theo Weiss is going to be out with what people are saying is a lower body injury. It's not an ACL, people. It's not anything that should be serious. From what I'm seeing and from what I'm reading, he's okay. It's just a foot injury. So what I'm probably thinking is it's probably like a high ankle sprain, probably maybe like a grade 2, grade 3 sprain or whatnot. I'm not really sure. But they're saying it's his foot. I'm thinking it's probably an ankle, but we'll see. But if you're going to miss any time, then let it be against, the three teams you're probably going to be you're going to be facing in the first 3 weeks. What you think?
That's definitely if there's a good time to miss, it's definitely right now if he's got to miss. And we still don't know how long he'll end up being out, but hopefully it's he gets back sooner rather than later. And that is a position, at least on paper, it looks like you can afford to lose a guy, even though he's one of the more experienced receivers on the team right now. Like he might be the most. I mean, not counting like Mike Woods, who got he's got a lot of experience over at Arkansas. But as far as in a Sooner uniform, Weiss is definitely up there. So it'll hurt in that regard as far as like just knowing that there's like that really experienced presence out there, but. Judging from his 2 years that he's played so far, he's hasn't really dealt too much with injuries problems. So hopefully this isn't anything that keeps him out for too long.
Well, I would say I don't think it's going to keep him out too long. For what, like I said, from what I'm reading, it seems like everybody's saying that he's okay. He's fine. He's in good spirits. It's just one of those things that just happened, but he'll be fine. Um, I think that you still see I think you still see the same result happen in this game. It didn't matter if it was neutral site at Tulane or if it, now that it's here in Norman. I think that you're looking at it and saying, okay, well, this is just going to be, still a woodshed that we all think it's going to be. But, speedy recovery to him as well. And then also, I think Andrew Rain has been amongst concern, but I think his is mostly due to maybe like a contact tracing. Have you heard anything about that, Seth?
I haven't heard anything more than what you relayed to me earlier today. I haven't heard anything more like concrete or definitive than that. So yeah, it does sound like it's something to deal with that, and so hopefully that's all it is, and then he's back. After he goes through protocol, whatever. If that's truly the case, we're just kind of roughly speculating here, but yeah. So, and I would say if we were just going to rank like who I like OU wants to have back sooner, I would probably say it's Rame, just because we know how that offensive line just kind of it really does drive the Lincoln Riley offense and everything. So like everything goes with them, and from all accounts, he's one of the more talented dudes on the team. He just doesn't have the experience yet, or one of the more talented dudes on the line. He just doesn't have the experience yet. So it would have been nice to have him, day one, and just kind of getting his feet wet, getting seasoned. But it sounds like he's not going to be absent for too long.
No, I mean, and that's kind of the biggest thing is that I always tell a lot of people, I hate to put OU in that conversation of those teams are like, well, if this didn't happen, if this would have went our way, we would have been, well off. But you go back to a lot of OU's better teams. There's always been key injuries in different places. Go back to that year where they Sam Bradford just went on a tear and they ended up playing Florida in the championship game, in the BCS championship game. But you're looking at that team and you're saying, man, Emmanuel Johnson was not the same after I think he had an arm injury. I want to say arm, so he was not the same wide receiver after that. But DeMarco Murray in that game as well. I mean, there's a lot of different teams, a lot of games. I know a lot of teams around the nation, a lot of fans will say, well, what about this player? What about that player on our team? I say, okay, that's great, but the focus is here on OU, okay? Also, what I would say, it's just one of those things where you don't want to see any of your players, especially in a year like this, you don't want to see them you don't want to see any injuries. You want to make sure you just want to see all the players be able to play and go at full speed because, man, this is the year. Seth, this is the year, man. I feel it, man. This is championship football. We're going to finally get that championship that has eluded us for, the past 21 years?
Yep. That's just way too long. For a program like OU, you can't go that you can't go time of a length of time where it's older than half your team. Like half these players weren't even alive when OU last won a championship, like a national championship. So yeah, it's the time is now. Like the pieces are there. Like it's not it's not 100% right now, but even still, like you said, like this, it's there. Like it's there for the taking.
And I think the biggest thing that helps right now is that you get more game reps for some of the younger guys too, and even for continuity purposes and just for chemistry wise. I mean, you're looking at Mike Woods and you're saying, okay, let's slide you over here real quick and Theo Weese's position, and let's go ahead, or whoever you want to put there. But at the same time, it's more game reps, more live reps that you get to kind of put an eye on these players and kind of see how they react in actual game time situations. So I don't think it's that bad. But speaking of that, moving players and doing all that, let's look at the depth chart. what are your projections as far as some of the key two deep battles that we've been hearing about with Kim?
Man, let's see. I kind of look at I feel like I really want to see who solidifies themselves in the secondary still.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of got a lot of expectations of, especially I think the corners are mostly set. You got Jaden Davis, who's probably going to get that one spot, and then maybe Woody Washington. Those are probably your kind of top two guys there. Safety, I mean, yeah, Pat Fields, he was just recently named a captain also, so he got that spot more than I mean, they're not going to name a dude a captain who doesn't even start, but I mean, or maybe they would, but it's like he's got that, but I still want to. I know there was a lot of competition there, so maybe there's going to be a surprise. I want to see if Credell actually gets in the nickel. Jeremiah Credell, or if there's going to be kind of like a sneaky emergence, maybe like a Key Lawrence or maybe Billy Bowman or something, show up and shock everybody and start on day one. But yeah, the secondary is definitely where I'm most intrigued about seeing once the numbers are out there on the field.
Well, I mean, listening to Grinch's most recent press conference, you're kind of looking for a lot of names out there to actually be in the rotation and actually be in play for this. So you're looking at, I know he said about a whole bunch of names for the defensive line. I mean, you're hearing names like Ethan Downs. You're hearing, all those guys are saying that Reggie Grimes really came on. I think in the secondary, you're probably going to see Woody and I want to say Graham probably be the two starters, and then you'll see a rotation of Harrington. You'll see Harrington.
Yeah.
You'll see, Joshua Eaton. You'll see a number of guys over there at those positions coming in and coming out. I think you're going to see Latrell McCutcheon as well. Especially in these early games, you're going to get to see the talent on display, especially the young guys. It's just like he said, there's a lot of consistency that needs to be built. One name that I said that poked out like a sore thumb was Justin Broyles in the secondary. I'm just like, do we really want to go that route as far as he made this big leap and all the rest of that? Because you still got Bryson Washington and obviously Key Lawrence over there. So one of the things that I'm excited about is just seeing the progression that they have, the progression that they have as far as being able to take rest and still be able to play. Get what I'm saying? As far as being able to not have to play every snap, they get to rest now and then come back in and they're fresh for the fourth quarter instead of just being the Iron Man that they've had to be the past two or three seasons with Grinch. So that's what I'm excited about as far as that back end. But when you look at the Russian spot, you hear Caleb Kelly's name, you hear Marcus Stripling's name, and it's great to hear Grinch talk about a lot of those guys. That you're like, well, man, he talked about how the career changes, the position changes for some of these players has not only helped out OU, but it's also helped out their careers as well, as far as putting them in a position to be successful at the next level. So I'm excited. I think too deep. Obviously you want to say Credell gets the nod just because he's been here and he's paid his dues. But you also looking at Billy Bowman and saying, I think that position for the first, I think going into this, you say, okay, this is initial too deep. It can very well change during the course of the year because you already know Grinch is not about free rides. So I think that's an interesting point right there. And then obviously offensively, I think that the only two people that you're really looking at is the offensive line, honestly. Probably, and running back too, just to kind of see whose name is on there first. But, all of that subject to change because those first three games, Beating Bowl is going to be looking to see, like I said in the last podcast, it's not the best five players, it's the best five players that play well together. So, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that continuity, chemistry, that camaraderie. You're looking for all of that in that offensive line group. And I think it's going to be interesting, obviously, to see who's going to be the starter at running back as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm fairly confident in saying that as far as running back goes. I think against Tulane, first guy that's going to be out there, first guy that's going to get a handoff is going to be Kennedy Brooks, only because like he's been in the program. Like, yeah, I know he opted out in 2020, but he's got 2 full seasons under his belt, and then in an OU uniform, Lincoln Riley just has that trust in him, I believe. So I think, but that's not to say that I think he should be the first. Like, I think Eric Gray is more than capable of being OU's number one back.
Number one.
Yeah, like and I think by the season's end, maybe even by conference play, Eric Gray is going to be that dude. Like he's got like more of I think a all around game. He's got the flash, like, and I mean, Kennedy Brooks, he's got the consistency, but I mean, that's
best player's gonna play, man. The best player's gonna play, and I'm eager to see what this 2 deep depth chart looks like for us, anyways.
I think they both will get over like around 12, 15 carries each at least in this first game for sure.
So, just going to that, and let's just kind of blow through this because I got a special topic that I want to talk about today, and I think and I don't want to waste that person's time, but do you what are your expectations? What's your for this game? Give me a score.
Oh man, I was thinking about that. So I'm gonna get more into my a preview for this game later this week. But right now,
plug it. You gotta plug it.
Yeah, over on Crimson and Cream Machine.com. But right now, I think OU's gonna handle business. I think it's everything we've been hearing as far as like hype and just I think it's more than hype, but like just build up to this team, how complete this team looks and everything, and experience and just talent. I think it's all going to show. It's all going to be on display. So I think it's going to be just your run of the mill beat down. Just they're going to do it quickly. They're not going to mess around for a quarter or two. It's going to happen fast, and it's going to show on the scoreboard. So my score prediction, this might be crazy. My score prediction is going to be 58-3. Like that's how confident. I know it's a lot, but I'm really confident. I'm more confident in the 3 than I am the 58, honestly, just because I think when OU gets up big, Lincoln's probably gonna call the dogs off at some point. But that 3, I just feel like this defense, I'm just so impressed with them. Like I see the trajectory. That Speed D, I bought in. The team is bought in. Like they're going to be flying around, and those second, third, and fourth string dudes that come in at the end of the game, they're going to keep it going. Like they're not going to give up much.
So I agree with you on everything you said. I think that the expectation that I have that the offense is going to be explosive. I want to see our run game get back to what it was, to what it was, not what it was last year. I want to see our receivers, how they move, how they interact. With Spencer, I want to see a lot of those things. But my focus is going to be on the defensive side of the ball. This is your 3rd year in Grinch's system. There's a level of maturity that I need in games like this because you may leave this game saying, well, okay, you beat them 58-3. And you're saying, but I learned nothing about the defense today. But I think that what you can learn and what you can see is was it just talent on display, or was it I take this serious, I want to go win a national championship? Which attitude are we going to get from the defense? And I think that's what Grinch was talking about in his presser. He was talking about, hey, we need to be more serious. We need to be more mentally tough earlier in the week in the physical days of practice leading up to the game. We need to have that high school or that pro type of mindset where, hey, Friday night, everything leading up to Friday is hey, it's balls to the wall. It's hell on wheels. So you want to see that defense take that step and be dominant. So if you ask me what my score prediction is, I'm going to go out on a limb. All right, hear me out. OU, offensively, we score 42 points. Defensively, we get the shutout. 42-0. You heard it here first. Horns Down Podcast.
I would love a shutout. I would love a shutout.
Speaking of that, okay, with the horns down, okay, I'm going to, one time Vince McMahon was basically trying to, tear down his own business. And so what did he do? He injected poison in that business. And that poison was NWO. Now, the reason why I say that is because I'm bringing on a special guest right now. And the team that he loves, they are definitely not NWO. Nobody loves them. Nobody loves to hate them. We just want to see them never play football again. But we're gonna bring in my guy, okay? The guy from Nino's Corner. Okay, now you gotta put those down.
Keep them horns up.
So we're gonna bring in a friend of the channel, and we're gonna talk about a special guy now, Hudson Card. So Seth,
Hudson,
if you don't mind, we'll give the floor to our guest so he can introduce himself, and he can also talk about whatever they do down there in Austin. All right.
What's up, peace, man? I'm Nick Battle, aka Nino's Corner. Hey, just go to my website, www.ninoscornersports.com. That should actually be up here probably tomorrow. So brand new website. I got my own, like custom number, the NCN. It's the basically just a straight up Nino's Corner number. I track all the metrics for the offensive guys, whether it's running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, quarterbacks, the whole nine. But today, I got to let you guys know, we're going to talk about Hudson Card. He's going to be the OU killer for the next 3 years, You guys know, man, Hudson won the job. Honestly, guys, if you'd have told me going into camp who was going to win, I thought Casey was going to win it. Just, Casey had a really good performance against Colorado. But everybody knows Hudson kind of has, well, not kind of, he has the better arm talent. People think Casey is the more, guy who is, more talented when it comes to his legs, but people soon forget, man, Hudson Card was an all-state wide receiver at Lake Travis prior to becoming the quarterback. So, Hudson has, he has the arm talent. He has quick hands, which is something that Sark loves. Even Casey Thompson, he's been making comments saying that as soon as Hudson gets the ball, he can throw the ball so quick, no laces, no nothing. He's just a good, kid when it comes to actually throwing the ball. So we got Hudson Card, man. We're gonna roll with it. Coach Sark said that both guys are gonna play here, so we'll see what's gonna happen, man.
Okay, are you done?
I'm done now. I'm waiting for you, Chris. I'm waiting for you. I know you got something for me.
Okay, first of all, let's unpack this, Seth, if you don't mind. Let's unpack this. Okay, so Hudson Card. Okay, first of all, let's back all the way up to the Colorado game. Are you serious? I told you, I tweeted at you. I said, look, it says a lot that Casey Thompson is not starting after having that heroic effort. In that Colorado game that you guys call a great game for him. I'm sitting there saying, who did he play? They might as well play an FCS opponent. I mean, come on, man. Seriously, we're gonna talk about him against Colorado. That was terrible. You guys,
I don't want to hear nothing. Okay. I don't want to hear nothing
Colorado.
About Rattler going against Tulane. I don't want to hear nothing about Tulane first week.
That's fine.
I don't hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about that 42 nothing.
Let me finish. Let me unpack this for you. Okay, so Casey Thompson, let's put him over there. It says a lot that the projected starter got beat out by obviously let's just admit it. Hudson Card has the better talent. He is the better talent.
Yeah.
But maturity-wise, as far as what you guys have actually saw, Casey Thompson gives you a model that you can work with. But Hudson Card, you're going into the unknown. You guys don't really know anything about him. He hasn't played significant football in what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Now he hasn't played any significant snaps. And I'm just letting you know it's going to be hard because you guys say that your offensive line is underrated. I mean, yeah, it's underrated. And we just say they're not good. Okay. You guys don't have. I looked at the two deep that you dropped too. Xavier Worthy. Only name I know on that list is Whittington and Joshua Moore, and I'm not impressed by either one of them. So he's gonna have his struggles early.
Okay, you gonna see. Y'all gonna see.
Y'all
gonna see. Who gonna be y'all running back?
No, look. We still unpacking this. We still unpacking this.
I'm gonna sign up.
We're still unpacking this. We're still unpacking this. So with Hudson Card starting, I mean, where does Casey Thompson go now? And that's the point I was about to go to. You're sitting here telling me that Casey Thompson is on record for saying that when the ball comes out of Hudson Card's hands is fast. First off, who the hell is sitting behind another guy that just took his rightfully owned spot and is saying stuff like that? He's not a team guy. That guy's a cancer to your locker room. Like I said before, like I tweeted out.
That was prior to the announcement being made.
If I'm Casey Thompson, I am going to Baylor or Texas Tech. I am getting the hell out of Austin because they have once again screwed me. Okay, they screwed me when they offered me a scholarship. They screwed me when they told my dad that I would be a viable option for quarterback at their university. They screwed me again by putting Hudson Card in front of me, and I wouldn't stand for that if I was him. If you ask me, the entire program and the coaching staff is mediocre, and I'm done.
Chris, you just said yourself that Hudson Card is a better talent than Casey Thompson.
Yeah.
Now, you just also said that Hudson Card hasn't had any significant snaps in 2 years. Casey's only had 20 significant snaps in 3 years he's been here at Texas. So we got two guys who have no experience playing at this level. Casey has one game.
That you guys say is amazing.
Hold on. Don't put him in the Hall of Fame yet for having one game. Quote from Bill Parcells. Don't put him in the Hall of Fame yet. He had one game. And if you go back and look at that game, which I have a couple times, Casey honestly could have he should have thrown a pick in there. It was a drop pick. So yes, it was a great game. I'm happy he came in and won the game for us. However, from the practice reports, from the spring game, seeing the things, Hudson, when stuff breaks down, he does get a little bit of antsy foot, but he'll just take the sack. When stuff breaks down for Casey in the practices and in the spring game, he throws a pick. So I want the more sure thing. Let me, if things break down, let my quarterback either roll out, get some yards with his feet, or live for another day. Don't turn the ball over. But all that's good and everything, but we all know what's going to happen. No matter who's the quarterback, they're going to force feed the ball to Bijan Robinson. It is what it is. Bijan is going to be the star of this team. He already is. Everybody knows it. And so it's going to be hike, hand off, hike, hand off, hike, play action, pass. And so it's going to be the Bijan show. And Hudson has the higher ceiling. So we should see what's going to happen, man.
So Seth, let me bring you into this, okay? So let me ask you this question, Seth, and I'll let you go. If you're Louisiana, if you're Arkansas, hell, if you're Rice, are you not going to load the box up and tell Hudson Card, I want you to make the best, I want you to make the play. I want you to be the hero of this game. I am going to load the box and I'm going to make sure that Bijan Robinson does not get off. Bijan Robinson against OU, and I can tell you now, let me predict this. You saw Chuba Hubbard. You saw what he did. Chuba Hubbard would have like 30 carries for 104 yards against OU. He wouldn't even get a touchdown, okay? So I'm letting you know now. Y'all have fun with this non-conference schedule, but at some time, you got to walk that line. And I don't think y'all got the grapes.
We're going to walk that line this year. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. The horn's going to be up the whole year.
I mean, that's the game plan. Like
Hudson Card is going to become a grown ass man right in front of it.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely what any I think sensible, wise defense would want to do against this Texas team as currently constructed. You know, is to take on you got to take Bijan out of the equation, or at least try to, because I mean he's I think he proved himself as he can take over a game if you let him. Like I mean, and I mean sometimes it's not even about other teams letting him. He's just that good. Like he's proven that he can take it. So I think teams are going to have to load the box, and we're going to get to see Hudson Card. And then also, I think I read where Steve Sarkisian maybe said that Casey Thompson will come into the game at some point against Louisiana.
Yeah,
but we'll see them both. So, and they're going to get their opportunities to show what they can do with their arms, with their legs, just with their decision making. So they're gonna because the teams are gonna load the box. At least I think Louisiana will. I think that's a smart move. So we'll get a good glimpse of them right away. So I mean, and we'll see if it works out for Texas, and you know they just air it out and go 5 or 6 touchdowns through the air, or if there's some issues there, guess we will have to wait and see.
So what you guys are telling me, since they're both going to play in this game, right? So what you guys are telling me that we're going to get Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts 2.0. That's what's going to happen. So you're telling me that Casey Thompson is going to come into the game and save the day. I mean, that's basically what you guys are telling me. All right, we got
that's not what I'm saying.
2.0. I'm like, seriously. And look at your hat. Look at that hat. Go ahead, put your head down.
All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes.
Put your head down a little bit so we can read it.
Nice.
Put your head down. Yeah, I want to read it. Yeah, all gas, no brakes. So I want to ask you a question. How the hell are you guys gonna be all gas and no brakes when you guys are going on unleaded? Y'all ain't using premium gas, all right? That machine, well-oiled machine, is terrible. You take that.
You guys have fun with Tulane your first week. Have fun with Tulane, all right? You can go put your 44 to nothing up, all right? Hey, we're gonna win the Big 12 this year. Last year in the Big 12, we're gonna win the Big 12. I'm calling it right now. I told you last time. We were the first. Hey, Big 12 happened. We won the first one. We're going to win the last one. And then after that, we're going to the SEC. I'm telling you what's going to happen. It is what it is. But in saying that, Chris, like real talk though, Sark, actually bringing in Hudson Card now, not a bad thing because you get to see what he's going to do in real game action prior to actually going to the conference play. If he stinks it up on the first 2 or 3 drives, come on, Casey, and let Casey ride it out.
You can't do that. You can't ruin his confidence.
Yeah, you can.
You can't do that.
You can definitely do that. Let's say, for instance, Hudson Card goes out there, 3 drives, 3 and outs from all 3. You don't have a choice. You know that you got a good quarterback in Casey. Put him in the game and let him do his thing. You guys did it against us. You guys took out Spencer Rattler and put in what's the boy name?
But he had played. He had played 3 games up to that point without being taken out.
I don't want to hear that. Y'all put in Mordecai or something?
That's the problem. Shout out to Mordecai. He started at SMU.
Hey.
But and that's the problem with you Texas fans. All right. Y'all think y'all own all this real estate in our heads. Y'all think we're really worried about them. Y'all want to say horns down or horns up and all the rest of that stuff. Let me tell you something. All right, Nick. Okay, that's a special place in hell for you Texas fans. Let me say it again. I want you to hear that. There is a special place in hell for Texas fans. All right, and we all know that.
Where?
Huh?
It's gonna be right next to OU fans.
Oh, nah. We heavily.
Let me tell you something about you OU guys, Chris. Let me tell you something about you OU guys. Y'all's only symbol is our symbol turned down. We are in y'all heads. If y'all had your own symbol, y'all be doing some OU. So everything y'all do is horns down. It's all based on us.
They do that.
It's all based on us.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like the YMCA crew.
Texas fans are liars. They're conniving. They're bullies. They're hurtful. They're hateful. They're deceitful. I mean, the list goes on. Like I said, there's a special place in hell for Texas fans, and I hope you all know that.
Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
As
You
far as
guys
my
just
house is
better be
concerned, as far as my house is
OU just
concerned,
better be- y'all just better be happy that we're probably going to fork over the money for you guys to get to the SEC. We'll give you a 0 interest loan, though. You know, you can pay it back to us. You can pay that $80 million back to us over 8 years, $10 million a year, 0% loan. You know, we're gonna help y'all out. We're gonna help y'all out, okay?
I mean, we're gonna help y'all. We're gonna help y'all out too by winning this national championship and helping y'all go into the SEC. You're starting quarterback right now.
Year. Hey, you take it.
Like I said,
Nick, I got a question for you.
What's up?
So we were talking about how if Hudson Card is maybe like stinking it up for the first 3 drives. Well, I want to ask you this: what if for the first 3 drives, Hudson Card's out there, he leads them on 3 straight touchdown drives? Do you want to? How would you feel if on that next drive, Casey Thompson came out there? Would you be like upset, like as a Texas fan, like dang, like don't want to like kill this, like this is our dude, and like let's just keep it going, or would you be cool with like okay, like we can see this, like feeling confident, or would you like how would you feel about that, like?
Honestly, man, I would be cool with it, because it seems like, Sarker's already saying that, hey, Casey, I'm going to promise you some time, so let him get some time. But like you say, if Hudson is killing it and he goes 3 straight drives, 3 touchdowns, you kind of know what you got now, so now it is Casey, you saw what he just did. Now, lead it down. If you don't do it like that, you understand why I picked him, so this is show and tell right now, so yeah, I'm totally fine with that. So, it breeds the competition more, keeps him ready, just in case something happens, because we all know, man, the QB position, you're 1 hit away. You're 1 hit away from being a team that can either, go to a championship game or just be done. All right. So, hey, get a man a shot.
Or go to the Alamo Bowl or the Sugar Bowl. Because all I've heard is and this is gonna be my parting shot right here, and I'm gonna be done with it. Your starting quarterback looks like every actor that's ever portrayed Robin Hood. No. He looks like a broke Keith Urban. Then you don't want me to tell you what your starting quarterback looks like. Your bench quarterback. Look. Your quarterback that's on the bench now, he has an S curl. Enough said. Nobody. Look. I don't trust any football player that has an S curl, let alone braids. But that's the story. Story for another day.
Your quarterback uses mousse in his hair. Now I'm gonna leave that alone. All right,
that's fine.
Look at that,
and that's fine. My quarterback's gonna win a Heisman and go number 1 this year in the NFL draft. What is your quarterback going to do?
He might win the Heisman with them 2 losses on his record. 1 to Texas at the Red River, shootout, and 1 to Texas at the Big 12 championship game. I'm not what it is.
The only thing Spencer has ever done that was wrong in my book was just the little baby dreads. Other than that.
That's why they lost to K-State.
Yeah, that's why they lost to K-State. God was like, nah, bro.
No, that ain't the only thing he's done wrong. That ain't the only thing he's done wrong. What about those the damn Rattler shoes? That wasn't nice.
Hey, those are fire. Those are fire.
Chris,
I actually got a pair.
Chris, that is worse than Lincoln Riley's brisket. All right? That is worse than Riley's brisket.
Look, Spencer put out merch. I'm like, here, take my money. Go ahead. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Since we got you on here, we got two more we got 2 more little segments of this show. So the next one is, you hate us, we hate you. That's perfectly fine. It's all love off the field, on the field. I hope that you guys don't even make it. I hope your bus breaks down on the side of the road where there's no cell phone reception at all. And you gotta walk like 200 miles just to get to the near. Anyways,
we love y'all too,
Nebraska. Let's talk Nebraska. I think we all can agree we can set aside our beef and talk about Nebraska.
Nebraska.
The question is, over or under 5 games this year for Scott Frost before he's fired?
I'll say
I'm gonna give him over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him over. I'm gonna give him at least half a season. I'm gonna give him at least 6 games.
Thing. They're gonna beat Fordham next week, but then they gotta come get some Boomer boys in that third week. So you come down here, you probably lose bad to Oklahoma at some point. You know, that's a damn. I think they'll make it interesting for like probably the first 9 minutes of the game, and after that, like the wood should have happened. But some people are saying that's going to be the game right there that you probably fire him. I think the way Scott Frost is going, I think that not only are they going to fire him, but they're going to make it to the point where it's probably going to be like Lane Kiffin at USC, where they fired him before he even got on the team plane.
Got on the bus.
Yeah. Got on the bus. Yeah.
I do think they're already making some calls. Like they're already looking around. Like they're setting up some interviews maybe just in case, because it's not looking too good. Like honestly, and back early in this offseason when it looked like Nebraska was going to back out of the OU game, and now it's looking like they really should have. They probably should have backed out of it and put Bishop Sycamore on the schedule or something.
Bishop Sycamore.
like that's how bad they are right now. Like that's where they are.
Oh man. Hey, you know what though, guys? They did this to themselves. They should have stayed in the Big 12. Just for the simple fact that they had some kind of recruiting base, right? They had a recruiting base in Texas. They knew that they could get a kid from Texas to come to Nebraska and play, and they can go tell mom and dad, hey, we're going to be in the state of Texas or at OU 6 times out of the year. You get to see your baby play 6 times out of the year. Small drive from Dallas or Houston, like to Waco or Austin or Lubbock or, Norman, whatever, right? Now, once they went to the Big Ten, they don't have the luxury of having any kind of recruiting base. So they erased all that. You can't go to Ohio, and try to recruit. You can't go to Michigan and try to recruit. Iowa doesn't have recruits. Let's just keep it real. Rutgers, come on now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they did themselves in by leaving the Big 12. It actually hurt them. Just like I think it hurt A&M leaving early. It hurt Nebraska leaving, and it just actually tore that program apart.
It's outside of Ohio State, it's hard for any in Michigan and select years. It's hard for a lot of the Big Ten teams to really go and get that SEC talent or even that Texas pool of the talent on the other side of the South. I think what you look at them. I mean, me and my uncle talk about it all the time. They isolated themselves from the recruiting rounds that they had always been a part of. So it's hard to go and convince a recruit come here and lose. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why he's had to go to the JUCO ranks and really try to hit Cali and even go to Florida. And, I was reading an article. Here's an interesting tidbit about his time there. A lot of people say maybe the problem isn't Scott Frost. Maybe the problem is that recruiting-wise, a lot of the recruits that he's had, especially those Florida kids, because he has strong Florida ties, obviously, they either have made it to campus and transferred or never even made it to campus to begin with. So there's no in between. It's either or. So a lot of people are saying maybe the problem is that he hasn't had all the talent that he's actually recruited make it to campus and actually pan out. Maybe that's a part of the problem. I don't think Scott Frost is a terrible coach. I think his offense at some points in time is a bit complicated. And I think Adrian Martinez is better than what he lets on, but I mean, hot damn, son, you got to stop fumbling the ball. To lose,
that was horrible.
To lose, now granted, the score was 30-22. That game, we all know that game was really a 30-9 game. Like, there's no excuse to let a backup quarterback and 2 running backs basically defeat your whole team. It's not like you're letting converted corners beat you on routes that you're like, really? I know he's speedy, but he's running a go route. You didn't read your scouting report. It's just bad. I mean, it's bad. The only bright side of it is the fact that, regardless if Scott Frost gets fired, he gets paid. I mean, they're saying it's a $20 million buyout, but that they can find some loophole in that and get him out this year still.
$20 million buyout?
Yeah, with the buyout, I'm sure there's some type of loophole in there where they can get that boy out. I mean, hell.
Yeah, but they gotta. I mean, that's $20 million. Does Nebraska have them kind of funds anymore? I mean, we know Nebraska's a blue blood program, but
I tell Nebraska right now, me and Seth will come up there for $400,000 a piece. Y'all can pay his salary. We'll be up there for $400,000. First thing we're gonna do is put one of your YouTube casts on, and we're gonna tell him, you see this right here? No, we're not listening to this. All right. He know what he's talking about whenever he's talking outside of Texas. Other than that, don't listen to anything that he says about Texas. You know, to be honest with you, think about this right here. This is my last point with it. Now is the perfect time to go back to the Big 12. If I'm Nebraska, if I'm Colorado, and I'm some of these other teams, I'm saying, wait a minute, hold up. Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
Now is the perfect time to go back to the Big 12. You open it up a bit. You're saying, okay, I don't have to deal with OU and Texas anymore. O State is supposed to be the cream of the crop. Okay, let's go. Now it's the perfect time. If you wanted to backtrack and actually try to make yourself more competitive and get back to your old stomping grounds, now is the time, to be honest with you. I mean, that's an idea I don't think anybody's really talked about. So
yeah, it is true. I never thought about that. You know, so
Seth, you got anything
like
to
the Big 12 is already trying to expand.
Yeah.
No. I mean that pretty much sums it up. Nebraska's in a pretty interesting spot right now, especially Scott Frost. So
Nebraska is Nebraska. Cornhuskers. Only thing that happens up there around them parts is Kansas beating teams from Texas, but that's for another day. Boy, that's just damn.
I'm gonna leave you alone, Chris.
That was good right there, man. R.I.P. Charlie Strong at Texas, man, for real. Oh. Let me ask you a question. Do you get Sam Ehlinger production in the latter years of his career? And there's a low, a medium, and a high. High is Sam Ehlinger at this stage in his career. Medium is Shane Buechele his first 2 years. Mm-hmm. Low is Tyrone Swoops.
I knew you were gonna say Swoops.
So I mean,
Swoops there it is.
Yeah, Swoops there. So what type of production you think you're gonna get?
As far as card?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, just to start off with, I would say right in between that Shane and Sam as of right now. All right.
Okay.
I got to see the first 2 games. So let me see the first 2 games. But, I think first year expectation should be a guy that can come in and be right in between Shane, and Sam. He has a better arm, Sam. I mean, that's clear. Shane had a good arm. Shane just couldn't throw the deep balls as well. Hudson has a much better arm than Shane's as well. So I'm gonna say right in between, man. Give me like a medium high.
Okay. Seth, make note of that, all right? That way we can come back to that.
Medium high.
So, with that being said, we've come to the last segment of the show, is our college pick'em. We're going to blast through these games, and then we're going to talk about 3 noteworthy games at the very end. So, Seth, let me see. Okay. So let's start here. Seth, Boise State and UCF. Who you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna say UCF.
Who you got? Nick?
I got Boise, man.
Okay.
I got Boise State.
Gus Malzahn is at UCF. I'm gonna give you one more chance to say the right thing.
No, I understand.
Okay. By the way, let me backtrack real quick. Seth and I are 3-2. That is our record right now. Seth is.
Wait, what were the 2 losses?
I think you had.
Nebraska?
Had Nebraska. You picked Nebraska. And I think
UTEP.
Yeah. You didn't pick UTEP.
I picked UTEP against New Mexico State or whoever that was.
Okay, so you're 4-1, I'm 3-2. Anyways, okay,
he's trying to get you in there, Seth. See how you trying to do you?
So write this down, Seth. All right, so we got UCF. Me and you got UCF on this. Nick has Boise State. All right, Nick. North Carolina at Virginia Tech.
North Carolina.
Dang, you know what? Yeah, North Carolina. I wanted to put the upset, but I just didn't.
Hey, write me down for Va Tech.
Okay.
Chris, you still hating on Mac Brown?
No, not Mac Brown. It's all love with Mac Brown. Mac Brown loves OU. Anyways, Mac Brown is the greatest thing that ever came from Texas, and he's doing big and better things now. He moved on. The ex-girlfriend is in the past now. His ex-girlfriend has had several different new coaches, and she hasn't gotten over him yet. So he's winning at life now. His ex-girlfriend isn't. Anyways, South Dakota and Kansas. I got South Dakota.
Kansas, come on.
I'm South Dakota with you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm South Dakota. If South Dakota wins, Seth, I need my money for my Chipotle properly. I'm not about that. I know where you work out. Stanford and K-State.
K-State. I believe in Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, I like Deuce Vaughn too, man. That's Chris Vaughn's son. Yeah. I go with K-State too.
I'm gonna say Stanford. I'm a big David Shaw fan. I think Stanford is his offense has kind of been archaic, or at least they just haven't put up really good numbers in a while. But he hasn't had a great quarterback, so hopefully he's got good quarterback play this year. We got Indiana at Iowa. Nick, who you got?
Ooh. That's gonna be a good one, man. Indiana, they got the quarterback coming back. They had a great team last year. But Iowa is tough and gritty. They're always tough and gritty. They run the ball really well. They're just well coached. That's a good one. Well, I think I'm gonna go with Indiana, man.
Yeah, I'm going Indiana as well. I think it'll be a good game though. But yeah, I got them.
I got Iowa at home. Fresno State at Oregon. Fresno State momentum.
Yeah, they look good last week. Yeah,
Oregon's got the mobile quarterback, but okay. So I got I got Oregon, Alabama, Miami.
Come on, Alabama. That's
all the way.
That would be the upset of the century. I know Alabama lost a lot, but Miami is not there.
Hey,
yeah, they lost a lot. They just reloaded.
Hey, LSU and UCLA.
I'm actually going UCLA.
I'm going LSU, man. You saw UCLA this weekend? I mean, they were all right. It didn't look.
You going UCLA?
Yeah.
No. I'm going LSU.
Yeah, I got UCLA. I'm going with UCLA.
All right, I'm gonna go to LSU and I'm gonna pray for you, bro. Penn State and Wisconsin.
Ooh, Penn State and Wisconsin. Penn State. One thing about Penn State, man, they got Noah Cain, right? And I don't know what's up with Noah Cain. They haven't been running the ball with him. Like, this should be the year that he kicks it in this year. Penn State had a horrible year last year, though. But I think I'm gonna go with Penn State this year, man.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin. It's 11 a.m. game. It's not a night game, at Penn State. So it's not going to be a whiteout. It's not going to be that whole effect. It's going to be an 11 a.m. game. Wisconsin is going to be ready to run that football, controlled passing game. They're going to hit them in the mouth early. I don't think that Penn State gets up for this. So I got Wisconsin. Seth, who you got?
Yeah, I got Wisconsin as well. I think they'll pull away at the end.
I think it'll probably be maybe like a 6 or even like maybe something like funky score. It's not going to be something that's just like obvious.
It's
We
gonna be a
got
tough game.
we got Notre Dame and Florida State.
Yeah, on Sunday. That's that Sunday game. I got Notre Dame. I don't know why I was thinking too hard about that one. Florida State's not where they need to be.
I'm gonna go with Florida State. I think that this is the year that you see Florida State get back on track.
I got Notre Dame, man.
I
would like to see it, but I don't like seeing Notre Dame up there these days. But I don't believe in Florida State. But okay,
hey, they ain't been nothing since Jameis left, man.
Let's now it's a special time, boys and girls. Now it's a special time. Now we're gonna get into the main event games right here. We got the big games of the week, and these carry a lot of weight. First off, we got Louisiana at Texas. And Seth, I'll let you go. Why will Texas lose that game?
Well, I think Texas is going to come out and they're going to look good for a half, but I think it'll be kind of misleading. It'll be like they'll go into the half with the lead, but it's just going to be a weird feeling about Louisiana kind of hanging around. And I think I'm calling it. I'm calling the upset. I got Louisiana shocking the nation.
All right, I'm gonna go with Texas. I'm lying. I'm going with hey, you know what I'm saying? Bring it out, boy. Hold on, you know what I'm saying? Louisiana, stand up. Let's get it, baby. This for the whole state of Louisiana. Let's bring it home, baby.
Come on now. It's going to be Texas, man. We're going to give them the business. I got a good feeling. I think our defensive line is going to dominate their offensive line. I think it's going to be too much for them. I like their quarterback. He's good, but he's not a good, thrower of the ball past 10 yards. I think his completion percentage is like 46%, for passes over 10 yards. So, hey, I like Texas in this game. I like our defensive line against their O-line.
I got the game 27-20 Louisiana.
I got it 31-17 Texas.
Okay.
31-17 Texas.
Seth, make sure you note that so we can come back to that when we have it. The next game, which is tomorrow, big game, big time.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, big game? Ohio State and Minnesota. Now, this is hard for me. Because Ohio State should win this game by 40. But this is a night game, road game, Thursday night. Come on, man. Weird stuff happens on Thursday night. Let's just be honest. Come on, man.
Man, Ohio State, man. Ohio State got this. Ryan Day is the quarterback whisperer. I mean, every quarterback that he has does well. He's going to be fine. Ohio State's going to get this.
Yeah, I'll be rooting hard for the upset, but I don't see Ohio State losing this one. I honestly think it might turn into a bit of a shootout. Also, like kind of like how we saw Ohio State last year with Indiana, that kind of game. Like I could see something like that breaking out of nowhere. And I know it's Big Ten football, but that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. But I got Ohio State. They just got too much on offense. Two receivers are just insane. This quarterback, I think, is going to be seamless transition to Stroud. So I don't see a world where Ohio State drops this one.
I got Ohio State 42-17. Let's keep it moving. Big game, the biggest game of the week. Two juggernauts: Georgia versus Clemson. Nick, we'll let you go first. Who you got? And why?
I got Clemson because I don't trust Georgia. I just don't. Until Georgia shows up and does it, I just don't. I don't trust Kirby, man. So I think like all three of us are kind of like riding that train about not like trusting Kirby Smart. I don't trust Kirby Smart. I think Clemson's going to do their thing. Clemson has another good quarterback who's going to come in and do his thing, who almost beat freaking Notre Dame last year, and he was a true freshman then. So, hey, I got Clemson, man.
My head says Clemson and my heart says Georgia. And honestly, I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. I'm gonna pick I guess it's an upset. I think it's at Clemson, right? So
Yeah.
No, it's a neutral site game and playing in the stadium.
That makes me even a little bit more confident. So I'm going Georgia. And I know I agree with you on all those points about the Kirby Smart. Can't trust him, just he hasn't done it. And I don't think they're gonna win this and then go on and go undefeated through the SEC and do all that. But I just feel like they're gonna get. I think Clemson lost a lot as far as I mean, I know DJ is he showed up in some games, like he started a couple while Trevor was out, but I think there's a lot of new pieces on that Clemson team that this is a pretty big opponent for them to kind of open the season with, and I think Georgia's defense is going to be more than ready for.
So who I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with Clemson, but not for these reasons right here. It's not that I don't trust Kirby Smart. I've been on record as saying Kirby Smart's not that smart, but. The reason why I say that Clemson is going to win this game is because they were young defensively last year. They had injuries as well. The quarterback, I think he's pretty spectacular. He's pretty great. Granted, it was against Boston College and what we now know is obviously a really gaudy like Notre Dame team who put up a bunch of numbers during the year playing, kind of a soft schedule anyways. But that's a story for another day. But my reason for picking Clemson is I'm not sure what the update is on the injuries as far as for Georgia. We already know George Pickens is out. Another one of their wide receivers, I believe, is out. Now I think they got a DB out, and then you got who's out. We still don't know what the heck is going on with Eric Gilbert. So offensively, you're saying Georgia's going to be able to feel some speed. I think I forgot what that kid's name is, like Aaron Smith or something. They got a really speedy wide receiver. I know they were on game day. We were talking about how he ran like a 10-1 and the 100-yard dash, and that's all fine and dandy. I mean, Joshua Moore runs really fast too. We see the production that he puts up. But anyways,
no, he doesn't.
What my point with that is that I got Clemson for the simple fact is that I know going into the game that I'm going to get Brian Reese. I know that I'm going to get DJ Ucla. I'm going to be able to get my top wide receiver coming back this year. I know that I'm going to be explosive offensively still. I'm going to have good running backs. I mean, the backup they had last year was actually really good, and they got the Will Shipley kid too. So it's like. And a lot of people are really big on him. So you're looking at Clemson and saying, I know more about you, therefore I trust you a lot more than I would with Georgia. And the thing about Georgia that scares me is that I don't think that JT Daniels I think he's the answer for Georgia, but I don't think he's the key to a championship. And when you look at them, you're saying, okay, you got Todd Monken, but is Kirby Smart going to really allow him to run an offense that's not predicated on the run? So that's kind of where I stand. That's kind of where I'm at with it, and that's what that's really where I'm at because I'm just not confident in what I'm going to get from him. I know I'm going to get a hell of a defensive battle between the two, but offensively, I have to side with Clemson because I feel more comfortable with what they have coming back. So. Yeah. And I will say this right here. Out of Tennessee, OSU, Texas, Clemson probably has a better version of the orange jersey. I'm not really a burnt orange type of guy. So I'm just saying that. Speaking of that, I was going to point out to you, you should, I love your logos on the back, but you should really get a darker shirt because they clash. Can y'all get anything right? I mean, seriously, not even look. They different shades of orange. Look at them. Seriously. All breaks, no gas. All breaks, no gas. Okay.
Don't be hating on burnt orange, man.
Yes.
Don't be hating on burnt orange.
So you know that Vegas has the line set at -8 for that game, right? For the Texas and Louisiana game.
It was at -14, -9.5, now to -8. And they're anticipating it going back up with all the Hurricane Ida stuff and the kids have nowhere to practice kind of thing. So, but
I got the game in mind.
I still got Texas. I got Texas 31-17. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, again, so it's that time to wrap the show up.
Down.
It's that time to go ahead and wrap this show up. Texas fans always want to talk over people, okay? Nick, go ahead and plug your show, bro. What's up?
Hey, man, Nino's Corner Podcast. Just go search it on YouTube. Go search it on, Apple Play, Stitcher, Breaker, anywhere. It's there. Go subscribe to the channel. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Oh, I appreciate you for coming on. Seth, plug yourself.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on again. So you can find some of my stuff over at crimsonandcreammachine.com, and then also I'm on Twitter pretty much every day. I mean, it's been a little less this week just with school and everything, but this weekend I'm definitely gonna be on there trying to rile up some fan bases and stir up some controversy. But yeah, I just can't wait for this weekend of football.
So, you can find me at Chris with a K. You see it on the screen. I told you guys how to spell it plenty of times. All right. You find me on Twitter. I'm a troll. These two right here, they're football minds. That's great. That's all fine and dandy. But please believe you can either get legal advice or you can come to me to beef about Texas and OU. And please believe I will be live tweeting the Texas game. So all I have to say is, Nick, if you get a lot of tweets and you feel like, oh my gosh, he won't leave me alone, just know that I'm gonna critique every play. I'm gonna critique everything that Hudson Card does. I'm going to directly point it at you. Okay? So I just want you to know in advance that we'll be talking on Saturday, okay? Saturday afternoon, I'm going to own real estate in your head because I'm going to, and you don't have to respond. But I just want you to know that I'm gonna be there, okay? I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna bring the dollar today. Right?
We stay in y'all head.
That's fine. I'll stay in our head because we're thinking like, damn, how did Texas let us win 6 Big 12 championships in a row? Damn. That count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? 6.
Sorry.
But anyways, that has been another episode of the Horns Down Podcast. Nick, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
appreciate
out.
it.